Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon. The battery on it's dead, so let's go ahead and swap it out. Right, so first we're going to be using a PH1 or JS1 screwdriver to undo all the screws from the bottom. I believe these screws, actually they do come out, so you want to keep them in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. The way I do that is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the power and I remove them. Alright, so we got 3 here, we got 1 on either side here, and then 1 on either side there. So let's go ahead and pull these screws out. Alright, there's a little hole here. That's a battery reset hole. If for some reason your computer's not powering on at all, usually I'll use like a small folded out paper clip. You'll push there, you'll feel the button click in, and then hold that for about 15 seconds. And sometimes that'll fix those issues, alright? So if it doesn't work, then you probably have something more serious going on. So let's go ahead, continue removing all these screws, and then we'll pop the laptop open. Alright. Okay, we got all the screws out. Let's see. So either we need to start from back here, which if you do, like I'll get my fingernails in there. Obviously you can use pry tools. Also you might want to pop this out and then you can pull from here. Oh, I think this one, the keyboard comes out first. So we're gonna open up this laptop here. Okay, and then we gotta pop this up. So I'm gonna get my fingernails in here and push with my thumb on the back. All right, and you can see that popped open. All right, we're gonna carefully let this swing open. Okay, and here you can see there's this connector here. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to show. Let me try and zoom in here. Okay, but you wanna get in. I use my fingernail and then I just get under and pop this up just like that. All right, then we're gonna let the laptop sit down just like this. Open the screen even more. Okay, and then we're gonna carefully lift away the keyboard assembly. So this has the power button, the whatever this ThinkPad button is, volume, all of these things, keyboard, fingerprint reader, everything connects with this one cable. And you can see the keyboard connects to this board here. You got the backlight connecting to the board there. You got this connecting to the, what is this? I don't know what this little board is. Oh, this actually goes into the touchpad, trackpad over here. And then you got the fingerprint reader there. So everything connects from this little board up into this board and then from this cable to the motherboard. All right. Also, this is not only the backlight, but also the, what do you call the track point thing, whatever you call this thing. All right. So yeah. All right. We'll set that aside. The issue with this was the battery is bad. So we're going to be replacing it. Here you can see what the battery looks like inside. Okay, we do have to remove this cable to get the battery out. So we're gonna flip these latches up. Let me actually zoom in so you can get a good look. Okay, so you flip this latch up like that and this latch up like this. Then you can go ahead and lift it up slightly and then pull it back. Lift it up slightly and pull it back. Right, so there we go. Now we gotta undo the screws holding the battery into place. I'm not going to be replacing any other components in here, but there's an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here. Here's the wireless card. The wireless card is here. If you want to remove the antennas, you go from the tail and then pull straight up. I'm not going to mess with them because I don't want to damage anything. Then you got this little thing here. I'm not too sure what that is. It looks like some kind of antenna or something. I'm not too sure what that is. Possibly Bluetooth. I don't think it's the sensor for when you close the screen, but I could be wrong. All right, you got the charge port, DC jack connector plugging in up here. Oh, that was also a little crooked. Okay, and then you got this connector going up into the screen. Usually that's for the camera and microphones. And then there's another cable coming out underneath this board, which is most likely the LCD LVDS connector. I'm not going to mess with all of this, but most likely if you want to remove it, there's 2 screws here, and then usually you got to pry this connector up. It most likely has a push down, click into place connector. You can see the speaker connector here, and then that goes from that speaker to this one, so both speakers connect with that one cable. All right, you got the wireless on and off switch here, so make sure if you get this plastic piece out, make sure you get it realigned before you put it back. Heatsink is here. Obviously the CPU is soldered to the motherboard, so you can't replace the CPU. And then you got, I believe this is the RAM, so RAM is not upgradable either. There's also a SIM card slot here, And I think that's about it. There's a small slot here, which is usually for like another wireless card, Bluetooth card kind of thing. I don't know. It could also maybe fit like an SATA SSD. I don't know. Alright, I think everything else is part of the board. There's this small connector here, which I believe is for the CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery. And yeah, oh, there's also a tiny little ribbon cable here, which I'm not too sure what that's for. Might be for the fan, because I don't see anything else connecting the fan. But yeah, alright, let's go ahead and get the battery out. So, no screws here. It looks like there's one screw up here in this corner, and I think that's it. I don't see any other screws. So okay, so we'll take that screw out, set it aside, don't lose it, and we're gonna have to lift up from the back here. Okay, carefully lift, be careful that you don't drop it. There's this little piece thing sticking out where the speakers, so be careful when moving this that you don't rip that out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now that I have the battery slightly up, I'm gonna get my finger under, and then I'm going to use my other finger on top to help pinch this cable, and we're going to wiggle it side to side like this. Okay, so as we pull, we're going to wiggle side to side just like this. Okay, just like that, and you can see, there we go. Now that's disconnected, we can go ahead and slide the battery over this way. And here you can see now the CMOS battery right there. The battery model number, there's no full model number, but there's this ASM part number, FRU part number there. So if you're looking for the battery, you can search that. Or you can ask me for a link and I can send you an affiliate link, and they'll send me like a few cents, I think. All right. Hopefully this battery is right. We got a replacement one in this box. Let's go ahead and cut it open and take a look. All right. Go. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead now and carefully open this box. And yep, the battery looks right. Okay, so they put a sticker over the top of the like Lenovo logo thingy. So yeah, all right, here we go. So again, I don't know why they did that, but they put like that battery information on the bottom of the battery, so when you slide this over, you can't see it, but you can see this is the old battery and the new battery. So on the old battery, they put this on top, so the wiring goes on top. Okay, not that it really matters, you just gotta make sure everything plugs in right. So we're gonna slide this side in first, okay, because that's how it was with the old one. Drop that down into place. I think there's supposed to be screws here as well, so I don't know if somebody opened this before, because those screws don't, I mean, there's holes there, but there's no screws, so I'm confused. Anyways, here you can see how the CMOS battery was just sitting under there, okay? And now we're gonna go ahead and just plug this thing back in. So, we're gonna go ahead, line this up, okay? Get everything lined up, and then just pinch the whole thing in. Make sure it goes all the way in. It seems like it's not all the way in, so we might have to pinch harder. There we go. Okay, and there we go. Now you can't see the pins behind this plastic piece here. Okay, if you want, you can kind of tuck this extra wiring over to the side here. There's a lot of excess wiring on this, jeez. Okay, so anyways, there we go. Tuck the excess wiring out of the way, and now we just got to get the keyboard back in. Might be a little tricky. There's some flex to this, so when you go to plug it in, don't be too scared when you're pushing on it. Okay, so we're gonna line this whole thing up. You have to do that, and then you have to kind of reach in. It's a little bit tricky because there's not much room here. Okay, so you got to kind of hold the whole thing at an angle, get your hand in there, make sure everything looks lined up, and then I'm probably not gonna be able to show it on camera because I have to let it sit down like this when I do it, but you get the idea, right? Line it up, okay, and then once everything's good, just click it down. Oh, that's being difficult, jeez. Okay, let me see, maybe I gotta hold from behind this way, so get my hand behind here so I can help push on the back of it better. Okay, so get it all lined up. Yeah, this part's tricky. Come on. Make sure it's lined up. You know it's lined up because when it's in place, if you try and wiggle it forward and back, it stays. All right, then again, push from both sides. And oh, it should click down, but it's being difficult. And it might help actually to look at it from the side here, so you can see that everything is lining up right. There's some dust in there. Okay, the hardest part is just making sure everything is lined up right. Okay, again, make sure it's lined up, it won't move around, and then you can push that in. All right, and then once you push it in, you can see it just stays in place. It's not moving anywhere. Okay, hopefully you can see that. You see that? Okay, then we're gonna carefully open up the screen again. Okay, oh, we almost forgot. All right, so I'm gonna move this over sideways. Actually, see, you can do this so you don't have to take the thing out, but if you do that, you have to slide this slightly over sideways so there's more slack. I should have showed that earlier. That would be an easier way to do this, but anyways, now we got this screw that we still have to put back. Okay. And then we have the little cable here for the USB port and the wireless switch. Make sure to get that back in. Let me zoom in for you guys. Okay. So you kind of have to do it at an angle, because remember how we had to lift it up slightly? So lift it at an angle and then slot that in. All right, same thing with this one. Go in at an angle, because there are little bumps there, and then the wings will go past that, and then it will sit below. Then latch that down. All right, we're gonna now close this back up. All right, and then let's test the power button. It's lighting up. Before, it wouldn't even work without the battery or without the charger connected, so we're good to go. All right, we'll close this up. Click everything back into place. All right, make sure this goes back in as well. Okay, that covers the SIM card slot. All right, and yeah, now we just gotta get all the screws back in, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their device as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Right? If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, yeah, I also have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. If you could subscribe to that one and then watch a few of those videos, that will really help me out. I need to get that one to 1,000 subscribers. It just recently got over 500 over the 500 subscriber mark, but it needs a lot more watch time as well. So yeah, let's get these last few screws in and we're good to go. All right, there you go. Hopefully it helped. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.